SAP, I was solving this sheet where I came around this question. The sheet is for 50 questions of DSA cracker by Lapapper, and I came around this question where I needed to find the largest sum of continuous subarray, and it was marked very important. That's why I tried this question, and this problem was not easy to solve for me. I don't know why. So I read the solution for it online, and this solution is one of the best solution ever. So this video is just for the time when I want to recall this solution. I don't want to read it. I will just revisit this video and I'll know what the solution is. So I'll be explaining this solution really quickly. So first, the problem is what we want to return is the maximum length of a subarray, a continuous subarray. The maximum sum, for example, till 0 the maximum sum is -2. Here if we add both of them, then it's minus 5. If we add all of them, then it's -1. So if only I tried to blur the array, but you are not seeing by my eyes. So imagine if we have only three elements in our array, so the maximum sum would be 4. That's it. So how do we do that? So according to this algorithm, first we check for if there is only one element. Then what we do is we take two variables, we initiate two variables, that is maximum and maximum here. So using that maximum and maximum here, this problem can be solved really easily. We start with maximum here and we add the first element to that, and if it's less than 0, then we don't want this element to be there. Let's firstly clear some points. If it is a negative, we don't want our subarray to start or end with a negative number, because that would decrease the sum. Clear? And what we the only time we want negative integers are if they are in between two big numbers. For example, 5 and 4 and -1 and -2 are in between. That's why we can afford to have negative, otherwise we don't want any negatives. So start from here, check for the sum till here. If it's 0, it's well and good, we can return this. But if it's less than 0, forget about it. Again, move on and add both of the terms. So I'll show you this here. Initialize both of them. Now what I want to do is first increment the max here with the first element, and if it is less than 0, make it equal to 0. But if it's not less than 0 and it is actually greater than max, the max which we had, then make max equals to this and increment and return max finally. So we are traversing an array from 0 to this. What we are doing here is we are adding this, our current element at that index, to this max here. Then what we are doing is we are checking if it is less than 0 or not, then increment to 0. If it is not, then make it equal to max and then simply return the max. And if I do it by an example here, right now it's -2, so equals to 0, -3, so equals to 0, 4, so equals to 4, and the max will also be equal to 4. Then -1, so the max will remain 4 because it's not greater, but the end here will be 3, so -2. Now the end here is greater than 0, that is 1, and less than max, so nothing will happen. Now here increase it by 1, so it will be 2, same, nothing will happen. But as soon as we add a 5 here, we can clearly see that the max would be now 2 plus 5, 7, which is greater than the max, the total max, so it will upgrade the total max, and then we'll -3 from it, and nothing will happen to the total max because it's neither it's less than 0 nor it's more than this sum, and our sum would be 7. And if I'm allowed to take another example, yeah, let's try with this. So what will happen here is first it is incremented, if it is made -1. So what happens here is if it is -1, then we do not care. Imagine it wasn't -4, it was just simply 4. So if it was -1, we skip, and then we increment it to 4. Imagine it was 1 and the rest were minus, and both of them were minus minus, but the last was also not minus, so it's 1 minus 2 minus 3 minus 4, so it's made 1, the max is 1, then the max is less than 0, so we don't want to add it, and we make it equal to 0. So right now our max is 1 and max here is 0. Again, max here will remain 0 because it will also drive it to negative. Now it's 4 here, so our maximum would be equal to 4. Hence, if you see that in this subarray, if first and the last element are positive, then if we add the total, if we take the total length of 4, then the sum is 1 plus 4 5 minus 5 0. So we have to skip, we can't start our subarray from here, we need to start and end our subarray here, and this takes care of all these situations, and it is one of the best solution as well as the best explanation available here. Thank you guys, and I'll keep making these short videos where I explain some important problems.